Schnellenberger could become a legendary figure on the sidelines, he had to play the game. An All-American tight end at Kentucky in 1955, Schnellenberger knew how to make plays on the field. The coach of the Wildcats that year, Paul Bear Bryant. Following a brief professional playing stint, Schnellenberger returned to Kentucky to begin his coaching career. Bryant had moved on. Blanton Collier, who many consider to be the father of the passing game, now mentored Schnellenberger on the sideline. Schnellenberger's contributions in Lexington as a player and coach landed him in Kentucky's Ring of Honor. A masterful understanding of Collier's innovative offense prompted Bear Bryant, by then the coach at Alabama, to bring Schnellenberger to Tuscaloosa to teach the Crimson Tide the passing game. Schnellenberger earned 3 national championship rings at Alabama. The first, in 1961, was also Bryant's first. The Crimson Tide claimed back-to-back national titles in 1964 and 65 with Schnellenberger as offensive coordinator. That 1964 team produced Schnellenberger's first big-name quarterback, Joe Namath. Following the 65 season, Schnellenberger made the jump to the NFL, joining George Allen's staff with the Los Angeles Rams. By 1970, he made his way to the East Coast to work with another member of the Mount Rushmore of football coaches, Don Shula. While with the Miami Dolphins, Schnellenberger won 2 Super Bowl titles. As offensive coordinator, Howard Schnellenberger called the plays for Bob Gracie, Earl Morrall, and Larry Zonka during that perfect season in 1972. That performance earned Schnellenberger an NFL head coaching job with the Baltimore Colts. A couple of years later, he was back with the Dolphins, where he started paying attention to a local college team, the University of Miami. Far from being the U back then, the Hurricanes were actually considering dropping football before Schnellenberger took over the program. All Schnellenberger did was turn Miami into Miami. His Hurricanes produced the ultimate Cinderella year in 1983. Quarterback Bernie Kosar led the Hurricanes into the Orange Bowl against Nebraska, winners of 22 straight. When Ken Calhoun batted down Turner Gill's 2-point conversion attempt, Miami was on top of the college football world. Howard Schnellenberger, riding on his players' shoulders, is one of the iconic scenes of the South Florida sportscape. Schnellenberger cemented his reputation for developing quarterbacks during those 5 years at the Hurricanes' helm. Along with Kosar, Schnellenberger also tutored Jim Kelly and Vinny Testaverde. 3 more quarterbacks, Brownie Nagel, Jay Gruden, and Jeff Brom, benefited from Schnellenberger's next coaching style. He returned to his native Louisville to breathe life into a Cardinal program that had been overshadowed by basketball. Louisville went to its first New Year's Day Bowl in 1990, winning the Fiesta Bowl. 3 years later, the Cardinals went bowling again, winning the Liberty Bowl. Schnellenberger's effect on the Louisville football program was so profound that when he returned in 2005 with his FAU team, the Cardinals named the football building that is part of the stadium he worked so hard to get built in his honor. Howard Schnellenberger had shown he could build prolific offenses, rebuild near-dormant programs, and most importantly, win. He'd need all of those skills for what would be his biggest, most rewarding challenge. Even after all of those accomplishments, Schnellenberger couldn't pass up the challenge of starting a football program from scratch. He told anyone who would listen that Boca Raton was ready for football. In 1999, the Florida Board of Regents agreed. Schnellenberger and then FAU President Anthony Catanese returned from Tallahassee to rock his celebration. Schnellenberger could now implement his vision, but where to start? Anywhere he could. Rain sent the first FAU football practice indoors at the Palm Beach Community College gymnasium. The Owls had no games that first year, but scrimmaged against themselves every weekend. The Owls finally took the field for a meaningful game on that glorious September day in 2001 at Pro Players Stadium. The Owls didn't win that contest against Slippery Rock, but victory came a week later against Bethune-Cookman. Sooner than anyone other than Schnellenberger expected, Coach's stump-top prognostications of excellence took root. The Owls followed with an unprecedented run through the Division I 2A playoffs, making a national semifinal appearance, finishing the season the nation's number 4 team. A stunning victory at Hawaii would come the following year, and Rusty Smith's emergence at quarterback in 2006 paved the way for a historic 07 season. Schnellenberger's Owls earned their first win over a BCS opponent, beating Minnesota. FAU then claimed the Sun Belt title on its first try, opening the door for Florida Atlantic to become the fastest program to a bowl victory. FAU topped Memphis in the New Orleans Bowl in the Owls' second year at the 1A level. There was more postseason football in 08. The Owls defeated Central Michigan in Detroit. Howard Schnellenberger will retire a perfect 6-0 in bowl games. Schnellenberger's legacy at FAU can't be measured solely by wins and losses. Look around campus. Places that only a short time ago were waste areas and brush are now buildings and playing fields. The Tom Oxley Center opened in 2001. The on-campus football stadium will be Howard Schnellenberger's lasting monument. After playing in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, FAU football found its home this season in the house that Howard built. When FAU took to its new field for that very first time in October, it marked the culmination of a vision. Even among the national championships and the Super Bowls, this accomplishment will likely stand as Schnellenberger's most enduring. Howard Schnellenberger closed his football coaching career tonight with the program he worked tirelessly to create. For more than half a century, Schnellenberger and wife Beverly have devoted their lives to football. The results? 4 national championship rings, 2 Super Bowl rings, nearly 100 players who've signed NFL contracts, and countless others who've become winners in life. The man who made men, the man who made champions, the man who's been an ambassador for the game of football is stepping forward to become an ambassador for Florida Atlantic University.
Come on, gang.